Their Excellencies, and the co-host of the Third United Nations Ocean Conference, my good friend President Macron, as well as President Robles, His Excellency President of the General Assembly, His Excellency President of the United Nations, Secretary General of the United Nations, distinguished fellow heads of government and heads of state, ladies and gentlemen, I am extremely honored to join all of you in this beautiful maritime city of Niš as we are ready to accelerate and mobilize all actions for all of us who are here today and on the planet to conserve and sustainably use our ocean. I commend the government of France and Costa Rica for their leadership and the people of Niš for generous hospitality. Papua New Guinea strongly supports the political declaration of this conference, and we commend Australia and Cabo Verde's leadership in its preparation. Papua New Guinea as an archipelago and a maritime nation, which is at the heart of the Coral Triangle, we span about 2.8 million square kilometers of ocean territory. We have about 7% of world's biodiversity found in our 462,800 square kilometers of land. We have huge tuna stock in our oceans. We have the fourth largest coral reef system in the world. We have some of the most pristine mangrove ecosystems in the Asia-Pacific region. And so for us, ocean is not just a source of biodiversity, but more importantly, our lifeblood, central to our identity, our economy, and our sustenance and our food security. Mr. President, since 1975, when we became a nation, our Constitution mandates us to protect and conserve our environment and our oceans as far as sustainable use of these resources are concerned for our future generations. And so I want to commend the thought of this ocean conference. I commend every one of you who are here to defend and protect our ocean. In our country, since 2023, we've launched the fourth medium-term plan. Deep in the heart and soul of this plan, it talks about ocean, environment, and climate change as a core focus of our nation going forward into the future. In 2024, we enact the Protected Areas Act that targets over 30% of our land and marine to be protected areas. Very recently, we joined two local level areas, the Lovangai and Murat area, covering over 17,000 hectares, square kilometers of land to be community-based management areas. We recognize that managing the delicate balance between the economic needs and benefits and biodiversity protection requires a concerted effort by all of us. Papua New Guinea waters have been designated a particularly sensitive area, sea area, by IMO since 2016. In September 2024, PNG secured United Nations recognition of its maritime zone boundaries, reaffirming our sovereignty in the face of rising sea levels. We have now launched a national oceans policy, and we're leaving the 2020 to 2030 National Oceans Policy, and we have established recently a National Oceans Office to coordinate our work in as far as marine governance is concerned under UNCLOS. Mr. President, in fisheries, Papua New Guinea continues to promote sustainable through zone-based management and vessel day schemes under in our Pacific, what we call the parties to the Nauru Agreement. We have intensified our efforts against illegal fishing, becoming a state party to the agreement on port state measures in April 2024. Cooperation with such partners as United States and Australia ensures our maritime security from all these illegal fishings. Earlier this year, PNG formally submitted its geographical coordinates under UNCLOS, a vital step to safeguard our maritime boundaries and climate-related sea level rise. We also aim to sign the WTO fisheries subsidies agreement by the end of this year. We are developing a blue economy, promoting domestic downstream processing and sustainable resources of our fisheries through special economic zones, such as initiatives we have recently launched, the East New Britain Fisheries Hub, amongst other local fisheries hubs we have launched that gives local stakeholders opportunities to protect their own environment and living within sustainable means. On deep sea mining, our country subscribes to prevent deep sea mining in our EEZ zones, especially in the absence of robust scientific evidence regarding its environmental impact and footprint. Mr. President, institutional strengthening and science-based governance are priorities for all of us. We are developing a blue carbon policy with stock assessments underway in 6 of our maritime provinces in line with Pacific's 2050 Blue Pacific Strategy, and we welcome any development partners to support in this key and critical area. As a region, we take very seriously the existential threat that is posed by climate change and sea level rise. We reaffirm the 2021 Pacific Island Forum Leaders Declaration on preserving maritime zones and the 2023 Declaration in the continuity of statehood and protection of presence. PNG also engaged through the Coral Triangle Initiative and other partnerships to strengthen marine and climate resilience. The nexus between climate and ocean and biodiversity is very critical. We call on all major emitters to be more ambitious in the NDCs to ensure the world remains within the Paris Agreement of 1.5 degree Celsius target. Papua New Guinea, as the third largest rainforest nation, PNG champions forests and marine conservation, advancing the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework and the REDD+ mechanisms. As Papua New Guinea prepares to host the 42nd board meeting of the Green Climate Fund this month, we urge that small island developing states receives adequate, predictable, and tailored financial support to meet their climate and ocean challenges. Mr. President, in conclusion, as a state party to UNCLOS, Papua New Guinea remains committed to upholding international law and sustainable management of our EEZ. I am honored to announce that PNG will later today sign the BBNJ agreement and will work towards its ratification. We will also continue to support a successful conclusion of the plastic treaty negotiations. Finally, I invite you all to join PNG's side event tomorrow on protecting climate-resilient coral reefs, and I call on all international community, particularly our major economies, to uphold their responsibilities in achieving SDG 13, 14, and 15. As stewards of our vast oceans, small island developing states urgently require scale-up support through financing, technology transfer, and capacity building. Let us act boldly, guided by science and equity, to safeguard our oceans for our generations to come. You look 46 billion light years east, if you look 46 billion light years west, if you look 46 billion light years north and south, the cosmos in infinity, in observable universe, has no other planet that is like Earth. One distinct characteristics of planet Earth in the midst of this observable universe that is lifeless out there is the fact that we have a life-giving ocean, the blue ocean. In the Pacific, we call it blue continent. God has gifted us the life-supporting planet we live here. 96 billion light years in the observable universe, there is no planet like Earth. It is the oceans that sustains life. Let's defend these oceans. I thank you all for listening. Merci beaucoup.